Hi everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. It is, today's Tuesday, January 28th. January's almost gone already. Went by fast, it seems like. Current temperature's 30 degrees. That's why I'm not outside right now. High is only going to be 32. 0% precipitation. Humidity 75%, winds at 11 miles per hour, so it's feeling way colder than 30 degrees out there. My feet are cold right now. Ooh. Should put my slippers on. Air quality is 30. That's in the good range. So, as far as Ask My Tablet, I need 8 more questions. Everybody's been real good about getting the questions in, so we can do it every day or every other day, like something like that. So get your questions in the comments, as many as you like, and I will ask my tablet. So I thought I would do a little review this morning on these Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Kids. It says soft baked mini breakfast bars. So I imagine it's like the regular Nutri-Grain bars, but little smaller ones. Let's see. Let me get it open. Yeah. Doesn't look like there's a ton of them in there, but that's what they look like. You're good until February 3. Let me ask the date on them. I've had these for a little while. It's good. This part, the outside part, it's not as soft as the one from Aldi. But it's not bad. I mean, it tastes good. But I like it when it's real soft on this part. It's not crunchy or anything. It's just not super soft. That's convenient though. Easy to eat. You could take this with you somewhere, going in your purse. There's 6 altogether. Good with coffee. I do like I really like the, here's itching. I really like the ones from Aldi the best. I don't know if I've just had these so long. Like I said, they go out of date the February 3rd, but I don't think they'd be, dried up or anything. You can see the stuff in them. They're not bad. I think if I would have tried them a lot sooner, they'd be fresher. So they're good, but I think it's just they're near their expiration date and they're a little not as moist. But the flavor is good. The strawberry flavor. good with coffee. So, you know, I give them a thumbs up, but they could have been a little fresher. That's my fault for leaving them sitting there in my storage. I like to try them, you know, if they're a little fresher, and see if they're any, you know, softer than this. But they got a good strawberry flavor. Okay. Since I'm eating, it'd be a good time to tell you that the thumbnail is that tavern pizza I showed y'all from Aldi. I didn't feel like fixing the fajitas last night after we got done with Logan's review. Wasn't really all that hungry, so I fixed that pizza, and Joy fixed a salad. Pizza was great. If you can find it at your Aldi, I would definitely get one. It's well worth it. There's tons of, as you can see, there was tons of cheese on it, and plenty of toppings on it too. But I really, like I said, if it's one that I really like, it probably won't be there anymore. That's what usually happens. Okay. And I don't really have any other plans so far today, so I believe I'll be able to do tablet time. I was looking, and Joy sent some funny cartoon jokes, and so I may as well finish this. Let's see what the nutrition facts are. In one pouch is 140 calories, 3.5 grams total fat, that's nothing, 4%. Half a gram saturated, no cholesterol, no trans fat. 110 milligrams of sodium, that's nothing. 27 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber, total sugars 12 grams. It's not real bad. It's got 1 gram of protein. 10% of calcium, 10% of iron, vitamin A 10%, thiamine 10%, riboflavin 10%, niacin 10%, vitamin B6 10%, and zinc 10%. That's good to be in this little, no more than it is. The only thing is, you know, you look, you can tell how much something is processed by the amount of ingredients. And look at all those ingredients there. You know, it's got all this stuff in it you never heard of. Pyridoxine hydrochloride. Invert sugar. Oh well. They're still fairly good for you. And they go good with coffee. Okay. Like I said, might be able to do tablet time today. I've been saying that, and I keep putting it off, and other things happen. But my nose is trying to run. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I would go over. I used to do Storytime. I need to find my notebooks because I can't remember all the stories that I told about my life and things. I found part of one. I've got, I've got bunches of notes everywhere and pads like these. And I need to find the one where I had wrote down all the different stories, that I told of my life. And this one today, a lot of the stories were, that's a coffee pot, were when I worked at Coca-Cola. I worked there for like 13 years. Started out in the warehouse, just loading trucks and stuff. And as soon as there was a route, a delivery route open, I put in for it and got it. Then I worked up through the ranks there and ended up district manager. They had like 3 of them because we had a big area that we covered. But I was the youngest district manager they'd ever had at that point. I don't know if they've ever had a younger one since, but I was like 24. Most of them were like in their 40s or something like that. But I had a lot of things happen, and this one particular day, it was raining real bad and stuff, and just dreary day, kind of like today. It wasn't raining today, but it's dreary. And looks like it's snowing a little bit now. Yep. But anyway, we used to go to eat breakfast every morning before running the route. There's like the little restaurant we would go to, they would let us sign our ticket and they would keep it, and then we would pay them when we got our check. We'd pay them for the whole week, or what, I guess it was 5 days a week we went there, and which was nice of them. And so on the way there, the truck was backfiring bad, and my supervisor, well, he was really the salesman for that area. I don't know if you'd call him really my supervisor. They acted like they were. But I told him, when we were eating breakfast, I said, my truck's backfiring real bad. I said, I need to take it back and have them load another truck. And he's like, no, you got to get to so-and-so. They're out of Cokes or whatever. He's like, just go on. It'll be fine. It's no big deal. I was like, okay. I said, I'm willing to take it back, it probably would have took me 20, 30 minutes to get back, and then they'd had to load it on another truck. It'd be an hour maybe, and the time I drive back, I'd have been about 2 hours behind. And he didn't want that to happen because he had promised a couple of places that I would be there early. Nice of him, But so I went on, and it would run okay for it would run okay for a little bit, then it would backfire again. Well, my route that day was mainly out in the country. I mean, way out in the country. So I was going to I'm trying to remember all this. I was going to a little beer store. It was really just like a bootleg beer store. I mean, I don't think they had a license to sell alcoholic beverages, but they did. They didn't have it sitting out or anything, but, I guess if they would come in and ask for something, they'd go back in the back where they had some coolers and get it for them. So it was off the main road. It was about maybe 3 miles back in there. And the truck backfired again, and all of a sudden it just started like lurching forward, and then it just kind of quit, and made one more, when it quit running, it made one more big backfire. Well, I noticed smoke coming out from under the hood, and it had caught on fire. What happened was there was the problem was there was oil had got in the air filter, which was above the carburetor, and there's sparks down in there when it, however it does. Well, the spark caught it on fire where it backfired, and immediately it was just super. I don't know if there was oil all over the engine. They must have been blowing oil up through there, and within seconds the flames were, my guess would be at least 15 foot high. And I had we had fire extinguisher in our truck. So I went out there and tried to open the hood. Well, I burnt my hands. I burnt my fingers and my hands some. Couldn't get it open. So anyway, when I went to try to spray the extinguisher, there was nothing in it. They were supposed to keep up with that stuff. And we drive different trucks almost every day. They just loaded whichever was next in line or whatever. We didn't really have a certain truck at that time. Later on, they assigned us trucks, so we were responsible for taking care of it and stuff. But obviously, the guys that worked there were young, and they would goof off all the time. A lot of horseplay. So somebody had sprayed the stuff out, sprayed it out of the thing, because nobody had had a fire. But these guys like to goof off a lot. I had some stories about horseplay that went wrong, too. But and obviously somebody had sprayed it all out and didn't say anything about it to anybody. So naturally, I couldn't put it out. Well, that was back before we had cell phones. I mean, nobody had cell phones. I had when I got to be a supervisor, district manager, I had a pager, which I hated, but we still didn't have any cell phones. So it was about a mile further to that little beer store. So I grabbed I had some money in there in a bag, a bunch of coins. We always had to collect coins for stuff. And I got the money out, and I got something else out. Anyway, I took that money with me, and I had that fire extinguisher I set out on the side of the road because it was burning. I thought it should have blown up. So I ran for a mile to that little beer store and called the Noah-Chucky Volunteer Fire Department. Well, it took them, I don't know how long, seemed like forever. It was at least 20 more minutes, and that truck was just going. I mean, going. And had product on it and everything. And there was cows over there watching it. I don't see how. I mean, it must have been hot around there. There was cows on the side of the road sitting there looking at it, and standing there looking at it. And so I got back. They finally got there and got it put out. Anything plastic had melted on the truck. And when they opened the gas cap just to see, I don't know why they opened it. Maybe they thought there was pressure or something. I have no idea why they opened it, but they said smoke came out when they opened the gas cap. Smoke came out, and they said it was that it should have blown up. It should have blown because it had a full thing of fuel, and they carried a lot of fuel. Had big tank things on the side that you stepped up on. They were so big, they were sitting on the side, and they had like a step to where you could get in the cab. Some of them had them on both sides because you had to have a lot of fuel, if you drove a lot. So I drove it back. I mean, I didn't drive that back. I mean, I went back with the tow truck driver. They towed it. They said to bring it to Coca-Cola, to the plant. So when we got back in there, the owner of that, of our company, came out there and was looking at it. Well, I still had that fire extinguisher in my hand, and he's like, "What in the world happened?" And I told him, and I said, "Hey, listen, I might have been able to put it out. I couldn't get it up, but I could have sprayed through the front. So I don't know if I probably couldn't have got it out anyway." But he was like, why didn't you use your fire extinguisher?" I said, "I did." I said, "There was nothing in it," and I handed it to him. And needless to say, he was real upset. And that salesman that told me to go on, he got in some big trouble, because that truck was totaled. There's no way they could have done anything with that truck after that. The cab, of course, the bed was fine and the drinks were fine, but all my keys, I had a big old thing of keys that went to machines and doors and everything else where I had to get in where nobody would be there, like a ball field or something or other, and they melted. That's how hot it was. Metal keys, they just melted. And I had like my coat jacket in there, my label guns, everything I had in there was totally destroyed. But that's one of the stories. I just thought I'd tell you a little story time this morning. And if you like them, maybe I'll find my notebook where I had all these wrote down, and we'll do some more of them. There's a bunch of them from Coca-Cola, things that happened over the years. But as far as a question today, yeah, I think this is a good question too. With COVID-19 keeping people inside more, do you have a hobby? I've got hobbies, but I haven't been doing them as much because I'm so busy doing other things. I've got a stamp collection that I haven't looked at in probably a year. I've got an extensive coin collection that I haven't looked at either. And I used to, look at least once a week and do things with it. I haven't ordered anything in probably a couple years for it, but like I said, I've got plenty of stuff, and I haven't been doing as much with it, but I've been doing other things. I've started crafting some, making cards. I've got the stuff now to make a shadow box, but I haven't had time to start on it yet. But I don't know if I might make that one first, and make one first before I show making it. I don't know. I'll decide on that. But that's the question today. With COVID-19 keeping people inside more, do you have a hobby? So I think that's going to be it for this morning, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's morning coffee break. And by the way, if you notice in the title, I've shortened it because I can't get other things in the title. They only give you 100 letters or whatever, spaces for your title, which I think should be more. So I shortened it because morning coffee break, when I put it in there, it takes up a lot of stuff, and I have other things I want to put, like story time today, or a question, if it's a longer question and stuff. So I put M, and then the coffee cup, and then B for morning coffee break. So I just thought I'd abbreviate that. All right, everybody, I'm going to go for now. Please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. And share with everybody you know. Thank you so much. Share, 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 share. All right, everybody. I'm not for sure what I'll do next, but I'd like to do tablet time today sometime. So, everybody, we'll see you a little later on. God bless.